I'm gonna start calling too.
The granddaughter?
Yo, yo, bro. That's two, bro. That's two, bro.
Alright, it's fine. We're still gonna win.
Why my car? Or just driving there.
Hello and welcome to Saturday. It's been a long day. I woke up with my alarm today, so I got up at 6 and proceeded to just have a very packed day. After doing the daily stuff in the morning, just getting ready, getting stuff done, my mother and I went to the wholesale, went grocery shopping, was back home by, we left one store at 10:30, and we got back home probably around 11 something. So we had a lot of chicken to cook through, cooked quite a bit of it, I made some pasta, and then we just had people coming in throughout the night. First off, my aunt and grandma, who were staying with us previously last week, they stopped in starting at like 1:30-ish, maybe a little bit before that. And then other cousins came, so we had like 3 people at one time, and then like an hour later another 3 people, and then a little bit later we had like 5 more people show up, then another person, and then let's see, another 5 or 6 people, and then 2 more after that. So we had a very packed house. Like I said, we cooked a lot of chicken. I made pasta. We had bought cookies and brownies from the store. We had I think that might have been it, rather. I feel like that we cooked a lot more stuff hot dogs, burgers, obviously. All of that is currently in the fridge. We cooked a lot of stuff. A lot of rice was made, just so much stuff. But the one highlight was that I taught some people how to cook today, and that's pretty fun. Back a couple weeks ago, I was talking to one of my friends who was here today, and he was like I was like trying to teach him how to cook, and he's like, okay, pick a menu off the Taco Bell. Like, what's his order from Taco Bell? He said he gets steak quesadilla. So yesterday, when I went out shopping, I picked up some hot pot shabu shabu thin sliced beef, and that's pretty much it. We had the tortillas at home. We had the cheese at home. We had everything else. It was just that, and all we did was cook it. Basically, like I showed him like how much salt he would need to add, how much like seasoning he would add, because in his household he only really grew up with salt and pepper. And teaching someone how to cook, it's like, if you're cooking a meat dish, you pretty much always want garlic and onion like onion powder or whatever, to the dish, unless the dish is specifically not calling for that. Always add it. And teach him how to like brown meat was just like something real easy. It's just like keep moving stuff, keep stirring the pan, like start scraping the bottom if stuff gets stuck. While that was going, I put down the tortilla, I grated some cheese over it, once it was cooked, I added the beef, grated more cheese, added the second tortilla, tossed it in the air fryer, and then had it going for a little bit to crisp up and melt the cheese. While that was happening, I took some sour cream, some jalapenos that I pickled, and then we had some hot sauce. I had him grab whatever hot sauce he wanted, and then we added that to the sour cream. Mixed it up until he felt it was good, and then I had him just chop up the jalapenos very kind of fine, chunky, so that would go into the sauce, and it came out really, really good. I was super happy with that. The only thing that I feel like I could have done better was use a different kind of cheese. Instead of cheddar, I should have used the Monterey Jack we had, but I felt like the color might have been a bit more important in this case, but maybe flavor-wise, it would have been better with Monterey Jack. Regardless, great time there. A lot of drinking, a lot of merriment, a lot of cup pong, a lot of talking, a lot of music, which is why I didn't record too many clips. Watched some football games. I don't know sports, so whatever college football games were on today, that's what was on the TV. Just hanging out, having fun. You know, basically, that's all you really do at these parties. You talk, you hang out with people that you haven't seen in a little bit, or just have a nice gathering, right? So that happened there. After that, as the evening progressed, everybody kind of left, and then I got talking to one of my brother's friends who is, I see very often because he hangs out here. And we actually went to Florida with him, if you can recall that from about a month ago. So that was fun. When he was here, he was asking me about, like, okay, like, let's talk hot sauces. Like, what can I do to make, like, sauces other than hot sauces? So I showed him hot sauces I have. I think we talked about it previously. But the big thing was that, like, I was like, you know what, let's go make some mayo, right? So I got all the ingredients out. I cracked an egg into a bowl, and then it was like added a little bit of salt, splash of vinegar, and just went to town with the blender, slowly adding oil, and then we just had mayo. And he was like, man, that's so good. But it's just like, now that I realize how much oil is in this, he's like, oh, I see why it's unhealthy. But it's really cool just being able to, like, show people what is essentially very basic cooking skills, but the bar to entry is very low, but it seems very high to people. And that's can be scary, but if you just look up how to do something, it can be very easy, it can be very fun. That's why I really love cooking. It's just like, okay, you have these 4 simple ingredients. What can I do with them? And then it's just make an amazing sauce, right? Of course, I added the garlic and onion powder, obviously, as you do with most dishes. But he wanted something spicy, so I'm like, okay, we're adding a bunch of cayenne. Added a bunch of cayenne. He's like, this has a good kick. And he's like, so that's how you that's how you get people into cooking. That's how you start it off, and it's really, really fun. It's really, really great. And I'm glad I was able to do 2 quote-unquote lessons today, just by having some people over, just talking, having some good times, having fun. And yeah, it was nice seeing pretty much everybody. My mom has 5 sisters. We saw all 5 of them last Friday when we were out to dinner. They were all in the same place with my grandmother. I think I have photos of it that I need to edit on my computer that I'll get to sometime. But that was then, and then 4 of them were here. One of them is off. They're out of the country at the moment, I think. So we had everybody here hanging out, having a good time. All the kids who are currently in New York, are currently in the area. We're here. Everybody from we had some people from Florida who were visiting. My cousins out further on the island, they came. So quite a lot of people here, and it was just fun. It was good times, and I'm happy to do this again. We have a lot of leftover food, so we're gonna be eating that for days. But one of these days, we got to do this again. It was. I see why we don't host parties too often. We don't really have the space for it. We don't have the. And my brother and my mom were like, basically yelling at each other about, how they wanted to cook and how to do a bunch of stuff, but it's fine. We got everything done. We had some fun, and it was a great night. But yeah, I've talked quite a bit. I've rambled on long enough, so that's what I'm gonna call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow, and until then, later.